So, as some of you may have predicted, the beginning of the fight between Katakuri and Luffy kind of got skipped over because we do get to see what it starts with. Luffy starting off with Gatling, but before then, we actually start off with Jinbei trying to rally the troops because obviously Pedro is confirmed he's dead now. So, at least for this point, so Nami, Chopper, Brook, and Carrot trying to regroup and figure out what they can do to actually meet up with Sanji. And speaking, we did get to see Sanji in this chapter alongside Pudding and Chiffon. A very straightforward chapter, quite honestly. And I think the fact that they haven't even made it to Choco Town yet. So, and I don't know what this does for the pacing of the arc, because if we are indeed going to Wano in October, what does that mean for the Reverie? Like straight up. So, because unfortunately, because it looks like they're going to be skipping back and forth with the Katakuri Luffy fight and going back to the Straw Hats, especially now with Big Mom hot on their heels alongside Perospero, who is confirmed. I think it should have been obvious that he could regenerate his arm with Candy now, so that's kind of broken in that regard. So Katakuri, living it to his monarch of a 1 billion plus bounty, just ragtagging Luffy. It's shades of what happened with Doflamingo before Luffy had to gear, or I should say gear 4th. And did you notice how Katakuri is constantly bringing up, nothing you do with these tags are going to work? And I predicted in my previous review that this would happen. Like, Luffy's coming with regular attacks, it won't work. So Luffy's going to have to come up with something new. By the end, he tries Elephant Gun. That didn't work. Katakuri just replicated an attack that's bigger than Gear 3rd with Elephant Gun. That's insane. So, like, I'm telling you, Luffy's going to have to wait something. He's going to have to go in Gear 4 and pull up a new mode that blitzes speed to the point where even Katakuri can't see it. It's the only way Luffy's going to stand a chance at this point. Or Luffy's going to take it out and he's going to have to retreat. It's that simple. Big Mom, who's bad enough, with Perospero on the heels of the Sunny. And by the way, at first when she's walking on the water, it looks like Mother Carmel did. But if you look at, obviously it's Perospero with a candy slug, allowing Big Mom to actually walk on the water and walk up to the straw house like it's nothing. So they're far from out of the woods yet. So, and we did get to see Pound in this chapter. I guess explanation from Chiffon that Lola was the former minister of Choco Town, so that makes sense. But she left, so it leaves a vacant spot open. I'm pretty sure we'll have to see Capone at some point because, like I said, he's not gonna abandon her. So I don't know where Capone's gonna lie in all this. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get to see the Vince Smokes, and Pound has to do something with Big Mom. There has to be that closure. So, like I said, a very straightforward chapter. It took most of the chapter to get Luffy versus Katakuri fight. So Luffy starts off with Hawk Gatling, and at first it looks like Katakuri's tanking it, but if you look at the next panel, he's literally replicating the attack. So this is like Luffy versus 2.0. Luffy tries to do a Hawk Whip. That doesn't. Katakuri just kicks Luffy in the face, and I mean he's bleeding and shit. It's a bad situation for Luffy right now. It's, like I said, very reminiscent of what happened with Doflamingo punking out Luffy before he activated Gear 4. As most of the Big Mom subordinates have said, like, we couldn't have figured that already, but Katakuri is the strongest out of the 3 commanders. Makes sense. By the way, speaking of commanders, where the hell is Smoothie in all this? It's like, yo, where you at? So I just think there's some certain loose ends that have to be tied up and very little time to do it. So this is gonna get ugly for pacing wise. I can already tell, and it's obvious they have to cut back and forth with Luffy versus Katakuri. I already explained the way you can solve all this if Luffy stays behind, because literally it was stated in this chapter, it's like, you aren't getting back to your ship because you destroyed your only one mirror that was back on the Sunny. And even Jinbei said Luffy sacrifices himself to get Katakuri off the ship. Luffy's life is on the line right now. So either he awakes something new and somehow he's able to equally match Katakuri. It makes sense, because how the hell is Luffy going to manage in Wano if that's not the case? And we know for a fact he's a part of the visual that was leaked out 2 weeks ago. It's obviously building up to Luffy activating something new or learning something new. And I don't think it's going to be enough to KO Katakuri, but maybe possibly to do some damage, major damage to Katakuri. So I don't know. Right now, it's a bad situation for Luffy. He's getting punked out. Like it's nobody's business. Katakuri is earning his keep of 1 billion plus bounty, and we're learning why. He can replicate Luffy's attacks only better, and he's like, yo, there's no way Rubber can beat Mochi. We could get a Devil Fruit Awakening from both. I think Katakuri's already done something like this with the Mochi earplugs and stuff like that. So maybe that's a possibility. So I just think it'd be kind of cool if you had if Luffy activates his Awakening mode with Rubber, going up against Katakuri's Mochi abilities, because that's pretty much what we got in this chapter. Is Katakuri replicating Luffy's attacks by using his Mochi, already having way more success because he can predict the future. So like I said in my previous review, no way that's going to work for Luffy now because Katakuri's by surprise. And the way to do that is, normally if somebody can predict the future or predict where you're going to attack next, it only works if the person body can react to it. If Katakuri's body is slower than what you can see, then that could be a way that Katakuri can get nerfed. Like, for instance, like I said in the previous review, a couple of chapters ago, we saw Sanji dodge a Mochi bullet from Sanji. So he does have limitations. So maybe that's the way that Luffy can do that. If he activates a new mode in Gear 4, which is obviously going to focus on speed, because that's the emphasis of where Luffy's problem is. And we saw how they were ill-effective against Doflamingo. So what do you think Katakuri is going to do? I thought it was a great touch at the end by Katakuri using a Gear 3rd, or a version of a Gear 3rd, by using his Mochi ability. So the prediction of a lot was this is going to be go back and forth with this fight. It sucks because I wish Oda would just focus on this fight, and because once you do that, then you can focus on the important stuff. In outside Katakuri and Luffy, nothing really got developed all that much. You got Nami trying to refill the color machine, but so obviously there's some tailwinds which they're going to use to gain some speed so they can meet up with Sanji. You have Sanji, Pudding, and Chiffon not even at the cafe yet, where they can not even in the midst of building the cake yet, and we got 2 more weeks left of September before we go into October. So recent statement where Oda literally said, it's been stated that Oda has things mapped out, but things change because of the publications or the problems of the current arc. This is a prime example of what he meant, because I mean, I personally think this arc was meant to finish a while ago, but now with the complications of bringing all these OP characters, it's lengthened the arc even more than what Oda probably wanted. This is the results of what we're getting, so it sucks because let me know what you guys think down below. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Thought it was an okay chapter to start off the fight. At least the fight part was what made this chapter. Everything else was kind of self-explanatory, really. Subscribe to channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Bye.